Ah, I remember the morning as if it were yesterday. Mbonje village was alive with the sound of roosters crowing and women pounding millet. The air smelled of wood smoke and the pungent scent of marula fruit fermenting in clay pots. It was hunting season, a time when the men of the village would venture into the forests to provide for their families. But that year was different, for it was the season when Omara proved to us all that courage is not limited by size. Omara, a frail, thin girl with long hair, sharp and watchful eyes, lost her parents when she was a child. She then moved to live with her uncle and aunt in Mbonje village. Omara's uncle and aunt were very mean and cruel. They made Omara do all the housework, and they and Omara's cousins always made fun of her skinny body. Everyone in the village made fun of her frailty. That day, Omara asked her cousin Bakari to come hunting. Bakari laughed as he tried to pick up his spear. Omara, hunting is no place for people like you. Stay and help mother carry the basket. Omara's cheeks burned with anger, but she bit her tongue. She had heard those words all her life. You're too young, too weak, good for nothing. Yet, she had spent countless nights quietly hiding in the forest, practicing with her slingshot and learning how to hunt animals. That afternoon, the hunting party headed into the forest, their laughter and confidence echoing through the trees. But as the sun set, a group of women gathered at the edge of the village, their faces etched with worry. The hunters had not returned. Omara's heart thumped with fear. She overheard an elder whisper a chilling warning. They may have wandered into the hidden valley. That place is very dangerous, and so is the cannibal tribe that guards it. They kill and eat people.
The hidden valley was a forbidden place, one where even the bravest hunters dared not venture. But Omara could not wait. Armed with only a slingshot, a bag of pebbles, and a small knife given to her by her late father, she stepped into the dark forest, her determination lighting her path. The forest was full of sounds, the chirping of crickets, the shrieks of distant hyenas, and the rustling of leaves with the movements of the creatures of the night. Omara walked cautiously, her bare feet touching every twig and root, her eyes searching for danger. Omara found the first sign of her brothers at the edge of the valley, a broken spear stuck in a tree. There were scattered leaves on the ground and footprints that resembled her cousins. She followed the trail until she found it, footprints as big as her hand. Omara whispered to herself, "This is no time to be afraid. Think, Omara. Think." As Omara entered the valley, the landscape changed. The air grew cold, and the thick canopy blocked the moonlight. She climbed a rocky hill to get a better view. Below, she saw her brothers tied to a tree, their faces pale and scared. And there, all around them, were soldiers from the other clan, very strong, powerful ones with eyes glowing in the dark. Omara knew she couldn't fight them directly. Instead, she used her knowledge of the forest. She collected poisonous berries, ground them into a paste, and applied it to her pebbles. Then, she climbed a tree and waited. She beat her heart like a drum until the soldiers stopped beneath her tree, and like a hunter, she swung her slingshot. The pebble struck the soldier in the stomach. He roared in pain but did not fall immediately. Instead, he turned toward the tree and climbed it. Omara jumped onto a small branch, then to the ground, narrowly escaping an attack from the tribe's soldiers. She led him away from her brothers into the valley where she had set a trap. She had covered a pit with loose branches and leaves, and as the soldiers attacked her, she fell into the pit with a deafening scream. Omara ran back to her brothers and broke their bonds. Bakari said in a trembling voice, "You saved us, Omara. You faced the dangerous soldiers from the other clan alone." Omara helped them get back to the village, her brothers leaning on her for support. When Omara returned to Mbonje with her brothers, the whole village gathered to hear the story. At first, they couldn't believe it. A small, frail girl evading hunters from a dangerous man-eater tribe. But as her brothers explained every detail, their disbelief turned to admiration. The village elders declared Omara the bravest hunter in Mbonje. She was no longer the girl who had been told to stay behind. She had become a legend.